Beneath the scorched desert of Arizona, something impossible was hiding, a secret world carved by human hands, stretching for half a mile beneath the earth. When agents stumbled upon it, even veterans of the border war couldn't believe what they saw. This wasn't a crude hole. It was a masterpiece of criminal engineering. A tunnel so advanced, it looked less like a smuggling route and more like a subway built in the shadows. Reinforced walls. Electric lighting. A rail system running through its heart. It was built not by chance, but by design. Someone had spent months, maybe years, digging this artery of power beneath America's soil. But the question wasn't just how they built it. It was why. Drones were the first to notice something strange. Faint heat signatures rising from the dirt where no life should exist. From above, the desert looked calm. But thermal imaging told another story, a line of warmth cutting through the cold sand like a buried scar. Ground teams arrived, radar pinging against something hollow. When they dug, the truth stared back at them, a reinforced shaft plunging 50 feet down. And below, a labyrinth that shouldn't have been possible. The air was stale when agents descended, the scent of oil and dust mixing with the hum of hidden machinery. Wooden floors. Steel beams. Electrical cables. A rail cart still waiting mid-track, as if someone had stepped away only moments earlier. Every foot deeper told the same story. This wasn't the work of desperate smugglers with shovels. This was the work of professionals. Engineers. Miners. People with plans. When authorities sealed the entrance, chaos followed. The Arizona border went into lockdown. 5 miles of desert shut down overnight. Checkpoints sealed, drones circling overhead, and every local sheriff ordered to stand by. Because if one tunnel like this existed, how many others were already running beneath their feet? The soil in Yuma isn't forgiving. It collapses easily, too soft, too unstable. Yet this tunnel stood strong, built with precision materials that defied the landscape. It had power, ventilation, drainage, even air pressure control. Cartel tunnels had always been dangerous, but this was evolution. A hidden corridor made to last. For decades, tunnels were mostly found near California. Narrow, handmade, and temporary. But this one, it marked a shift. Smugglers were moving east, into Arizona's quieter deserts. Less population. Fewer eyes. Fewer sensors. And in that silence, they'd built something extraordinary. Then came the raid. A coordinated strike involving DEA, Homeland Security, and local Arizona officers, a choreography of precision and force. Before dawn, unmarked trucks rolled in. Agents breached a warehouse that looked ordinary from the outside. Inside, it was anything but. The floor was hollow. The smell of concrete dust filled the air. Beneath it, the tunnel's U.S. exit. The first arrest happened seconds after the breach. Within minutes, 62 suspects were in custody. But what shocked investigators wasn't just the number, it was what they found inside. 4 tons of cocaine stacked like bricks of currency. Firearms. Cash. Enough narcotics to flood entire cities. The operation wasn't just trafficking drugs. It was constructing an underground economy. One agent said it best, this wasn't a tunnel. It was a highway. And it wasn't built overnight. Intelligence later revealed that skilled laborers had been hired, some tricked, others paid, to build in shifts under cover of darkness. The deeper they went, the more sophisticated it became. Rail systems. Reinforced beams. Safety lighting. Every detail screamed permanence. When they traced ownership records, the story deepened. Shell companies. Fake contractors. Warehouses rented under aliases. Someone had invested millions into this. And if that's true, someone else was willing to protect it at any cost. The tunnel was destroyed, filled with concrete from end to end. But even as the final slabs hardened, the question remained, what else lies beneath? Because the Yuma Tunnel wasn't just a fluke, it was a blueprint. Within 6 months, 3 more underground routes were found in Arizona alone. The message was clear. The cartels weren't hiding from technology, they were adapting to it. Reports suggested they'd begun hiring mining engineers, even geologists, to perfect their designs. Encrypted messages intercepted by intelligence units carried chilling orders: dig deeper, close the surface windows. Every new tunnel was buried lower, built stronger, harder to detect. Each one a shadow under a shadow. The Yuma discovery forced the U.S. to rethink everything. New radar systems. Subterranean sensors. Drone algorithms tuned not for what's above the ground, but what breathes beneath it. And still, agents know, for every tunnel they find, another may already be complete. In the end, they say this one cost millions to build. But a single successful shipment could have paid for it 10 times over. That's the scale of the war, a game of billions fought beneath our feet, where victory means staying unseen. And maybe that's what's most unsettling. Because as the concrete set and the tunnel disappeared, one thought lingered among the agents who found it. If this was the one they caught, what if the next one is already finished?